What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Winning Picks Weekly on the Knicks, Jets, etc. platform. Football is back, and man, ever since college, and I'll introduce you to the other half of the show, have been, football, let's call it as it is, fanatics, addicts, whatever you want to say. And we've kind of put this our favorite hobby, which was sitting, watching football virtually every day, thinking about fantasy, thinking about football into, some sort of positive. And we started making picks, making some gambling picks on football, and we've grown to be kind of good at it, if we must say so ourselves. So our video producer for our Knicks and Jets episode, Greg, a friend of mine from college. Shout out Phi Alpha Delta fraternity. He'll be joining me, and we've been doing pretty well on our college picks because, again, football is back, and so we're about to get this thing rolling. We'll be putting out week by week picks. This is our first episode, so bear with us. They'll be shorter than this episode because we're going to put on props in this episode. We're going to have season long futures as well as every single game in week one and best bets, and we'll put it all together for you guys. And we'd love to hear your feedback, what you like, what you didn't like, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun together. But Greg, they've heard my voice, they've seen me a lot. Why don't you introduce yourself for our new friends?
Something going here. So yeah, I'm excited to be part of the Knicks Jets group, see what this etc. kind of episode does and how we do. And I'm really excited that we just have a place to keep track of all our picks and everything. So I think it's going to be fun. I think
Exactly.
it's going to be exciting.
We're gonna be held accountable, man. It's not just gonna
Yeah.
be on our on our own slips. Now there's some hard video and audio evidence.
Yep. Yeah. So it's going to be good stuff. I mean, we're going to have a good time doing it. There's a lot to get into for week one because, like you said, we're going to be doing division stuff, props for the season long stuff. And then going forward, we'll cut it down a little bit and we'll just talk about maybe we'll recap the previous week a little bit to start each episode. And then we'll be diving into the slate coming up for the next week. So it's gonna be good stuff. We're in like pools, like pick'em pools and stuff like that. So I mean, all this stuff helps us a lot. So it's good for us. It's good for the fans. So yeah, like John said, let us know what you guys are thinking. Let us know what picks you like, you don't like, and what you guys are taking this week. Football's back, man.
Yo,
Football's
dude,
back.
football is so back. Perfectly said. Now, let's just get into it, man.
Yep.
Let's just get into it.
There's a lot to
So
get into.
yeah, let's just start off. So this is our first episode.
Yep.
Let's just start off with our favorite division futures, and let's just be a little organized about it. Let's just do NFC first.
Okay.
Uh, I'll start off first, man. My favorite, absolute favorite division bet happens to be in the NFC, and happens to be the Arizona Cardinals, dude. I love them at plus 600. Definitely my favorite bet. I think they are so underrated. I don't love that Malcolm Butler is sitting out, maybe
Yep.
retired. We don't really know what's going on there. That kind of hurt me. That was like one of my big talking points. Because everyone jumps to JJ Watt, and of course, like, the fun guys, they got AJ Green,
Yeah.
James Conner. They got guys, they got fun guys everywhere. But I was
Yeah.
really staring at Malcolm Butler. That's really stinks that he went down, but I'm not backing down. Arizona Cardinals, that's my favorite NFC division pick. What do you think about that? And what do you have in the NFC? if you have another pick.
Yeah, I mean, I have all picks for you. So, I mean, in that division specifically, I like Arizona because to me, I'm kind of with you. I really do see this division as a toss-up between all four teams. I think it's the most competitive division in football. So if I'm gonna be picking something there where I really truly do think it's a coin flip, why not take the team that's plus 600? I mean, the other teams there are plus 100, plus 200, plus 300, depending on which team you're looking at. So, I'm going to go with the plus 600 team. I think they can be dynamic. I think Kyler Murray takes a step this year. This is his third year. I like him for MVP as well. I think he's plus 2,300, 2,400, something like that. So,
Yep.
I think he has a shot to win that as well. So, I think that they can be dynamic on offense, obviously. I think their defense is improving. Like you said, Malcolm Butler is going to be a huge help with that. It sucks that he's possibly missing games, maybe missing a season, stepping away from football. It really depends on how that all shakes out. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with him. So, um, as far as the NFC West goes, to me, I think the pick's Arizona. I think all teams, including Arizona, have some question marks. So I think if that's the case, why not take a team that has plus 600 odds? I mean, it's rare to find a possible
With so
division
many
winner that's plus
question
600.
marks. Yeah, but there's so many, and I agree with you. I definitely agree with that sentiment, but I'm gonna push it a step further. I think that the Arizona question marks are less of catastrophic question marks. Like
Yeah,
the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams have severe offensive line issues,
yeah, I
and
think the Seahawks
especially
stink.
depth. And that's an issue. And I think the San Francisco 49ers have a quarterback issue.
Yeah,
But no one wants to talk about that. We don't have to get too far
yeah.
deep into that.
I
But
mean,
Garoppolo and Trey Lance, I
everyone
don't
thinks that
know.
Trey Lance is going to come in and be this transformational quarterback. It's like maybe he will be, but maybe he won't be. I don't know. You just don't know.
He's not even starting.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. Like you're gonna
yeah.
lose 4 games and then start, getting the ball rolling to switch to a rookie quarterback halfway through the season and then win the division. I don't know.
I think a chalky pick for a lot of people are the Rams, especially to win the Super Bowl. It's like again on their offensive line questions, how Matt Stafford's going to fit in, running back issues, running back depth. One running back goes down in Cam Akers. Henderson's hurt already. Sony Michel hasn't played a full season his whole career. It's like there Xavier Jones, I think maybe is there like four string running back. He's out for the year right now, so I just think there's question marks all over the place for all of these teams. So give me the plus 600. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to win the division.
The last thing I'll say there is I am terrified to bet against the magician.
Yeah.
So I would also advise you if you're taking the Cardinals, sprinkle a little on the Seattle Seahawks, just so you don't get too mad about that when you're watching Russell Wilson dance all over you and make ridiculous plays. Anything else in the NFC? The chalk picks, of course, Tampa. I think that's minus 240. Green Bay minus
Yeah.
145. I think if you parlay all those, you can get you get a little thing going for you.
Yeah, if you parlay Tampa Bay, Green Bay, you can get it at plus 120. I like that. My other bet that I really like in the NFC personally, and I mean, we've talked about the Panthers quite a lot over the last few years with all the ties that they've had with New York Jets and all the
Yeah,
staffing
we
issues
call
all the
them we
players
call them
have.
the Bizarro Jets.
Yeah, they're just the alternate word Jets. So the Panthers to make the playoffs, not to win the division, not anything spectacular, just to make the playoffs, plus 240. I think that they had 5, 6, 7 wins last year. I can't remember. I think that Sam
Mm,
Darnold's an upgrade over Teddy Bridgewater. I think
sure.
Christian McCaffrey is the most dynamic player in all of football, so you get him back. Um, another thing too for Matt Rule, if you're not familiar with him, he was a coach for like 18 years before he finally became a head coach
Yeah, before
at.
the Jets passed on him because he
Oh
wouldn't
my
sign Greg
God.
Williams.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm
yeah,
very familiar.
yeah. So he was a coach all over the place, bouncing around from college to college. Finally became a head coach of either Tulane or Tulsa. I can't remember off the top of my head. And he first year, second year turned it around, third year had like double digit wins. Then he went to Baylor. First year was bad, second year turned around, third year had double digit wins. So again, going into the second year, I think he has a shot to turn it around just like he has in two previous programs. NFL is a little different than college, but I think he has the pieces. I think he gets it done. I think people haven't been talking about it is that they've been investing a lot on defense. So I think the Panthers at plus 240 just to make the
Yeah.
playoffs. That's my like one of my favorite NFC picks that I have out there. What about you? What else do you have from the NFC that you like?
All right, that's fair. I mean, I just as a Jets fan with the Bizarro
Oh
Jets, I
yeah.
I don't I don't I don't want to see that happen. You heard it here first. Rule coming from one of the big T's in
Yep.
college. Like he's good, man. I don't know. I don't really trust them. I'll respect your pick. I just don't trust it. I'm gonna say my favorite pick in the NFC in general, besides the Arizona to win the division, would probably be maybe Kyler Murray for
Okay.
MVP. Like you said, it's like what plus 23, plus 2400. I know that's maybe like a chalky, maybe you know, kind of a way to like skirt that question, but that's really what I like.
Yeah, he's
You know,
plus
if you
2300. I like that.
yeah, like what else do you want?
Yep.
That's really it from the NFC. But transitioning to the AFC, and we'll go a little backwards here from the make playoffs here, and I'm gonna go with the regular Jets. Okay, I know I'm a homer. I know you got the Bizarro Jets at plus
Yep.
240.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the regular Jets here. I got it at plus 490. I'm not sure what it is now. It might actually went up for Carl Lawson and all the impending injuries, and we'll see what happens after week one. I'm sure the odds
This is
will
just to make the playoffs.
just to make the playoffs,
Yep.
just to make the playoffs. So I think it's about plus 500. Let's call it that. Um, so yeah, that's my favorite to make playoffs pick in the AFC. Do you have anything there? Just while we're on that
Yeah,
topic.
I mean, obviously I'm a Jets fan, so I like the pick. I know, I listen and watch every episode that you and Alex do. I'm much more down on the Jets than you are, and a lot of the guests that come on. So, um, I think it's a good value at close to, plus, like you said, it's probably more than plus 500 now. So, I think it's one of those things where there's a huge question mark in that Zach Wilson. So if Zach Wilson could put it together, I mean, he's shown. I don't want to say anything too crazy, but he's looked good so far in the preseason. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
him and Corey Davis can get it going, Croft can get it going, they have three or four running backs. Obviously I love the coaches and the coaching staff that they brought in. So if they can get something going, again, the beautiful thing about the playoffs now is what 7 teams make the playoffs. There's an extra wild card team now in each conference. There's 3 and 3 for the
Yep.
NFC and
Yep. And
AFC.
that's
So
why I really do think that the Jets can make it. And that
yep.
that does put some, I'm sure it's baked in already, but it does put some extra juice and value and some more fun into the to make playoff quote unquote bets.
Yeah, and I've been in the background as a producer trying to find Arizona. So we were talking about Arizona a little while ago about winning the division. You said sprinkle a little bit on the Seahawks maybe to win the
Mm-hmm.
division to kind of hedge it out. You could also bet the Arizona Cardinals to make the playoffs at plus 180.
Well, that's not bad.
So
I
this
like
way it's
that.
like, okay, if they win the division, I hit big for plus 600. But say they miss the division and they still have a decent record, they make the playoffs, you can still win plus money at plus 180. So
I like that.
yeah, these to make the playoff bets, I love them, especially some of these kind of middle of the road teams that have a chance if the ball bounces their way a couple times. So yeah, I mean, I like the Jets plus 490 to make the playoffs. Is a tough division, and one of my favorite bets that I have is the Patriots
Unfortunately,
every single way.
unfortunately, man,
And like,
I think the Patriots are gonna kill it this
and
year.
like
I
I,
even like them in the Super Bowl, dude. Unfortunately, it's ridiculous. I Man, I know this has nothing to do with the winning picks weekly,
yeah,
but I've been calling Mac Jones to the Patriots for 2 years now, and it drives me nuts
yep,
that not only is he going to go there, but he's going to do well. And I know he was going to do well from day one, and it
yep.
just bothers me to no end,
And like
dude.
at the draft, like everyone's high five and everyone has a good time. He's just sitting on his like little smartphone in his TJ Maxx suit, just like getting ready to get picked by the Patriots because he knows he's gonna go there. He knows he's gonna kill. Those rumors about him going to San Francisco. No way. If the Patriots figure out what I'm pretty much betting on here is that what's happened for the last 20 years as a Jets fan continue, and that we have not been able to figure out a quarterback since I can remember. And the Chargers or the Patriots are just gonna figure out their quarterback issue in 1 year. They're gonna take 1 year
Sure.
off, and they said, "Fuck, we couldn't get it together with Cam Newton last year, so let's go draft this guy Mac Jones. He's gonna come in and he's gonna be amazing." Plus, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
there's a few other things why I like the Patriots. I think they had the most people opt out for COVID last year. I think they lost
Yes.
11% of their team,
Yep.
which translates to about 8 players. If you
And
lose
all on defense,
yeah,
man.
if you
All their
lose
big
eight
defensive
players,
guys.
if you lose 8 out of 11 players, or say maybe 6 or so are on defense, if you lose all those guys right away to start your season, I think that's catastrophic. So you get those players back, you get Mac Jones in. For the first time that I can remember, they spent in the off season. So they brought in 2 pass catchers in the tight end position. They brought in 2 pass catchers at the wide receiver position. So they're bringing in people. I think that the Patriots have a legit shot. And the other reason why I'm taking it is because it's plus 360. I mean,
It's crazy.
the fact that they're not the odds-on
Bill
favorite.
Belichick is plus 360 to win the
360.
division is insane.
I like them to win the division plus 360. I like the alternate over win total at 10.5 is plus
Oh wow,
185.
I like that too.
I like the Patriots to win the Super Bowl is plus 3,700.
Is it to win or to get there?
To win it.
Oh, okay,
To win
okay,
it.
I got you.
It's 3,700. So
I can't. I will never take that bet.
Yep.
Sorry. No.
Take it, hedge it out as you go along.
No, I can't. I can't.
The odds are just so
to make
incredible.
it is one thing. To make it is one thing. To win it is another.
Yeah.
I will never. I can never do that. I'm sorry. See, there's a limit. There's a limit to this.
Some people are scared about the dark. Some people are scared of spiders. I'm scared of Bill Belichick. So I'll put money on the Patriots because I think the odds are just incredible. I think this is. I said this the other day to one of my friends. I think this is a once in a decade odds that you're gonna get for the Patriots. You're never
Bill Belichick. You'll never see Bill Belichick
like
on the
when the stock market crashed and I was like, you can buy Disney below $100. You're never gonna see it again for the rest of your life. I feel like that's true with the Patriots. You're never gonna see the Patriots above plus 300. Yeah, yep. You're never gonna see it this high again. So get in now. Buy the Patriots every which way you can. So those are my favorite AFC picks. I have a couple others, but if you're talking about my number one favorite pick, it's the Patriots every way you can bet them.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yep.
I'm not gonna homer that far. I will say. I do like the Colts to win the division, even though they're coming out so bad right now. And I think it's more of I dislike the Titans. Despite the fact they got Julio, I just think they regress so much.
I think people don't talk about the defense enough for the Titans.
Yeah, man. And we even with the Jets took Gerard Davis, the Malcolm Butler, they got COVID, the coach is out. That just feels tough. But I don't really love anything else there. To be honest with you, I got some chalk where KC to make the Super Bowl is plus 500. I know that sounds like nothing, but I mean, you're gonna 5 times your money. What other investment would you be able to make in September and cash that out in January, as you said in the stock market, and 5 times that? And I feel like it's a pretty good bet. To be honest, it doesn't feel like crazy. And if you really want, you could parlay Tampa, Green Bay, and KC, just chalk it up down the middle just to win the divisions and get that at plus 205, double your money.
Love it.
So just some quick tidbits out there for that. But there are also a couple of other big division parlays that I kind of want to get into. But is there anything else from the AFC that you want to finish off with?
I'll throw it out there quickly because I want it on the record. Like I said, we're keeping track. There's audio recording, there's video recording of this. I think the Chiefs have a bad year. And I'm not trying to be like that Max guy from First Take where he's talking about the Patriots being bad every year. He's gone. Get him out of here because he's been wrong about the Patriots for 15 years. I think the Chiefs have a bad year this year. I think there's just too many things going on for them. It's like they're in one-score games. They were had an unbelievable hit rate for the last 2 years at winning those games. I think their defense isn't as good as people think it is. I think they're susceptible at all 3 levels on the defense. Yes, I think their offensive line has improved a little bit. I don't know if Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the real deal. I don't know if they have another wide receiver besides Tyreek Hill. And, I mean, obviously Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes and Kelsey's Kelsey. But, I think that if one of those 3 guys, to me, in my opinion, gets hurt, I think it dramatically changes this whole team. So.
Yeah. So the whole thing is their offensive line is unbelievable.
Yep.
The fact that they got Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, and Trey Smith is unbelievable. That's an all-star team. So
I really is.
I don't care who is. I could be running back there. Honestly, that's how I really feel about the Chiefs.
Well, to me, it's about health. He has to stay healthy. He's already hurt preseason, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So. Yeah,
but I don't think. The fact that Jack McKinnon is their 3rd string running back for me.
Yeah.
I just
can be fine.
Anybody. I think anyone would be fine there. I think the offensive line is going to be absolutely ridiculous, but it's going to take some time to get. But I think once they start meshing, I think that they could be one of the best O lines we've seen. Like, I think they're gonna be the new quote unquote Cowboys offensive line,
Yep.
which we'll get into, which I think is regressed.
Yeah, so just a
these
couple last things
days.
about the Chiefs. So the Chiefs, I'm taking the alternate under. So their win total for the year is 12.5. I'm going alternate under 11.5. It's plus 130. I think that they're in an improving division. I think the Broncos have improved. I think the Chargers have taken a major step forward. And I think the Raiders, I don't know if you remember this last year when the Raiders beat them in Arrowhead, and then
Yes.
John Gruden did like a victory lap around the stadium or
Yes.
whatever,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
the
Yes.
Chiefs
Yes.
won every single game for the rest of the year. The Raiders, I don't think, won a single game for the rest of the year. So even though how bad the Raiders are, they
Whoa,
still
whoa,
play
whoa,
them
whoa.
tough.
The Raiders won a game for the rest of the year. I can
Yeah,
remember one specific one.
yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Um, but I do like the Charge. If I'm gonna bet, I actually like the Chargers to win that division at plus 490. I think the Chiefs, like you said, you could parlay them with some other teams to try to get plus money or even money.
Mhm.
But I think the Chargers have a chance to really improve. I think Herbert's a sneaky MVP pick. I think they're a sneaky like AFC Championship or even Super Bowl contender pick. Um, like I said, the Chiefs won 8-0 one-score games last year. It's the first time that's happened in 15 years. I believe that's not going to happen again. Then only another crazy fact: only 2 of the last 27 teams to lose in a Super Bowl have improved their win total from the year before. On
Oh,
average, the team that loses a Super Bowl loses 4 more games the following year. So even though they've done it, so like they're one of the teams that lost in the Super Bowl and didn't go down. So I think that the chances are they're not going to do it again. I think they're going to have a couple more losses this year. I think
okay.
that plus 130 gets you a little bit of plus money. It's never fun to get it bet against Pat Mahomes, but I'm going to do it here. I think the Chiefs have a down year this year.
All right. Well, that doesn't bode well for me because if I'm gonna be honest with you, I took a couple of kind of crazy division parlays, and we'll go through them. And
Yep.
as I'm looking through them, they all include Kansas City. So we
Something to
got
think about. But then again, they are the best odds. So Vegas thinks they have the
yeah.
best chance of winning the division.
So my big 8 division
I can't wait
parlay
to read these. Yep.
would be AFC Pats, Steelers, Colts, Chiefs, NFC Washington, Vikings, Bucks, Cardinals. That's $25 to win 130K.
Oh my god, I hope he's cash.
Okay, and then we got a little bit smaller parlays.
Yep.
Maybe that they could have a better actual chance of winning, not $25 to win 130K, but you heard it here first. Right?
we got a recording.
We got Colts, KC, Vikings, Tampa Bay, and Cardinals at plus 11,000. And then we have Pats, Chiefs, Packers, Tampa, Steelers at plus 8,500. Those will be my quote unquote crazy division parlays this season that I'm going with.
Love it. Love it.
You got anything? Are you taking any crazy division parlays this year?
Honestly, all right. So here's the thing. I talked about the Kansas City having a down year. I talked about how I would bet the Chargers if I'm gonna bet to win the division, because it's plus 490. But I do honestly think that the Chiefs are gonna win the division. Um,
Okay.
you
So
know,
you have a division parlay with them in there
so
as well?
we talked about Green Bay and Tampa Bay. You parlay them, it's plus 120. You throw, or I'm sorry,
Yes.
yeah, Green
Yes,
Bay and
that's
Tampa Bay
correct.
is plus 120. You throw the Chiefs in there, you get it to plus 205.
Yeah.
But if you take it one step further and you throw in New England and Cleveland, you get at plus
Ooh.
3,500.
Okay.
So I think New England again. I think New England's going to have a great year. Buffalo is obviously the odds-on favorite. Cleveland, I think, is going to have a great year. I think they have a chance to make a Super Bowl run as well. And I think the Ravens are the odds-on favorite in that division, but I don't see it for them. I don't think their offense is as good as it needs to be to win that division.
So we have the same parlay there, Greg. We have the same parlay there, except for if you have Cleveland in there, it's plus
Oh,
3,500.
you have the Steelers. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
to refresh. It's New England, Cleveland, KC, Green Bay, Tampa,
Yep.
plus 3,500. You substitute Cleveland out there, put Steelers in there, it's plus 8,500.
All right. Well,
And
I'm going to
this
put one of each in.
Yeah, and like you're talking about Cleveland with the division over like Big Ben last final year, Juju Smith trying to get a contract. D Johnson yelling about playing time.
I mean, he can't catch a pass, but yeah.
Najee Harris. TJ Watt trying to find the deal. I don't know. Give me, and as you said, Baltimore kind of weak,
Yeah.
or at least looks like right now. I don't know. It's some pretty interesting division parlays. Anything else? Any other future bets that you want to throw out there? Any other
Yeah.
props? Anything else you want to just so we can close this off and
Yep.
finally get to week one?
Yeah. I'll run through them quick. So Antonio Brown over 725.5 yards. I think if you
Ooh,
look at
okay.
the passing breakdown from when him, Godwin, and Evans were all on the field, I think that he led all three in percentages of routes targeted. So whenever they all ran a route, he got the most targets out of everyone. I think him and Tom Brady have this weird connection. I have no idea what it is, but he's like living in Tom Brady's house, and Tom Brady's getting him to play in New England, they
But
get him
that's
to
the whole
play in
thing.
Tampa
You think
Bay.
he's do you think he's going to finish the season?
Yeah,
Because
I think so.
that's what you're betting on here.
Yep.
I don't think the 725 yards is what you're betting on. You're betting on whether or not he's going to finish the season.
I think so. I think you have
Okay.
to bet it as if he's going to. I think
Okay.
so. Cooper
Okay.
Cup over 6.5 touchdowns.
Love that.
I think that if
One
he
of my
again
favorite
if
wide
he's
receivers in
healthy,
fantasy this year. One
I
of my
think if he's
favorites.
healthy, he could have that in a month. I mean, sometimes some games I feel like he goes for 2 or 3 touchdowns. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray over 650.5 rushing yards. I think again Kyler Murray's steadily improving. Lamar Jackson runs for over 1,000 yards a season. I think Kyler can get up there. I also kind of like I couldn't find it on the website I was looking at, but I'm interested in what his over under on rushing touchdowns is because
Oh.
I think he had 4 last year. Allen to lead the league in passing plus 850. Winston to
Boo.
throw the most picks plus 1,600. I just don't know how you don't take that out of principle. I mean, since we saw Jameis Winston last, he just throws interceptions left and right.
Here's the
So,
thing. Here's the thing with that. If he's throwing a lot of interceptions, they're gonna sub him out for
are
Taysom
they though?
Hill.
Can Taysom Hill throw a football?
They're gonna see if he's throwing a bunch
Yeah,
of
they're gonna
interceptions
see.
and leading
Yeah.
the league. You
They
know what I
saw
mean?
they
That's
saw
why
preseason and look what happened. Jameis Winston won the starting job. I agree that he has probably a shorter leash than he did in Tampa Bay,
I'm
but
just saying they have someone there now.
yes.
You know.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think that right. It's not like Tampa Bay where he's gonna be able to throw over and over and over again. He's just gonna be left in. I agree with that. And then Joey Bosa plus 1,300, most sacks in the NFL. I think that their new head coach is the Rams defensive coordinator. They had what's his name? Aaron Donald over there
Mhm.
leading the league in sacks. I think that he moves down or I guess not down the coast anymore. They're both in LA. So he takes over the other LA team. I think he has another elite pass rusher in Joey Bosa. I
Mhm.
think maybe he unlocks something. I think Anthony Lynn stinks. So plus
Mhm.
1,300. Like I said, I think the Chargers have a great year. Part of that I think is the defense and Nick Bosa. So plus
All right.
1,300 leading sacks. I love it. So those are the rest of my futures and season long
Okay.
stuff. What about
All
you?
right.
You got anything else?
So I'm not much of a big player prop kind of guy.
Okay.
That's really where I do my fantasy. Like I
Yep.
feel like if I feel it's just not worth it for me to get like even odds on like Kyler Murray's rushing yards, and I'm like, every game trying to do math and add what do I need. It's too much for me to get even money personally.
Yep.
So that's what I do with fantasy. If I think someone's gonna go over, I'll just draft him in one of my
Yep.
6 leagues, man.
I like that.
But a really cool bet that I've seen this year is the worst record in the NFL,
Oh, okay.
and there's some juice there, man. Like I would take maybe 4 teams at whatever half a unit is
Okay.
for you, like if you don't want to go crazy, because like man, there's some juice. So we have the Raiders sitting there at plus 1,600, a team that
They
is
have a legit shot.
going into a new stadium where apparently the tickets are so expensive because the away teams are all saying, "Hey, we're going to Vegas this year," and so that's everyone's one away game that fans like to go to. So that's
Okay.
actually a serious problem. Number two, as Mike Lombardi likes to point out on his podcast, he's very in tune with the Raiders because of his connection with the Davis
Yep.
ownership. They're making cuts because they need money.
Yeah.
The cuts they're making are financial cuts. Like, and if they're doing that, that's a bad sign, man. And plus 1,600 is pretty nice. My favorite actual odds bet is the Atlanta Falcons at plus 5,000.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, they might be the worst team I've ever. If listen, man, listen. Matt Ryan was terrible last year. I don't understand what anyone's watching. He was terrible last year.
Yep.
Their offensive line got worse. They were starting the left guard from the Jets last year. Andrews might have been the worst left guard I've ever seen in my whole life. And then he broke his wrist or something like that, and he's out for the year. So they're starting his backup. Like they're starting the guy who lost to Andrews.
Yep.
Like, oh my goodness. They lost Julio. Ridley had one play where he had 6.5 minutes in training camp to get open, and now everyone's freaking out. Their running game got worse. Their wide receivers got worse. Their defense got worse. They have a rookie head coach, which we're going to get into about the rookie head coaches and whatnot.
Tough division. Tough division. They have to play some good teams twice a year.
So that's my second favorite.
I like that.
My third. This is tough because everyone is going to freak out at me. I like Denver. I think Denver plus 2,400 is very vulnerable to being a terrible team. Their defense is not what everyone keeps saying they are, unless they prove me wrong. Teddy Bridgewater versus Locke, awful. I know they have cool wide receivers. I really do like them actually.
Yep.
But I don't know. Like that to me, it could be worse. But I don't love that. A plus 2,400. I would maybe rather spend it on the Jaguars plus 1,200, the Bengals plus 1,100, or if you really want to give it chalk, like the Lions plus 4. But I don't want to take the Lions. I think that Jared Goff and Hopkins are going to win some games. So those are really my 4. I'll go Atlanta Falcons plus 5,000, Denver plus 2,400, Raiders plus 1,600, and I would just take the Jaguars plus 1,300. But maybe if you don't like Denver, take the Bengals instead, plus 1,100. 11. The worst bet there is 11 times your money. So,
yeah, like you said, you take a couple of them, and if one of them hits, you're up a ton.
They're going to be dogs in almost every game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So So that's the value there. So I'll end it there with the futures. You have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think the rest of my picks are all week 1 stuff, man. I can't wait to get this started.
All right, man. Let's go, dude. Football is officially back. We don't have to talk about futures anymore because we are in the present, baby. We are in week 1. Let's go. Thursday night football. I want to play the music in the back, but I want to keep it monetized for YouTube. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
You know what I'm trying to say, Greg? By the way, subscribe.
Like right now, stop what you're doing. Don't stop the video. Stop what you're doing. Like, subscribe, rate, review, give us all the good stuff. We're giving you free picks. Give us some likes. So
let's go. We got Dallas at Tampa Bay, the season opener. Minus 7.5, 52 over under. What do you like?
I mean, I feel like this is the easiest pick of all time. That's what worries me about it already right off the bat. So, again, we're looking at the stuff from two perspectives because we're in a pick'em league, so I'm going to be picking all these games against the spread. But the pick that I like the most in this game is the under 52.5. I think everyone thinks about Tampa Bay and all their offensive weapons. I think everyone thinks about Dallas last year and how they started the season. Setting all kinds of records. So I think everyone's expecting a big scoring game here. So that is why I go opposite and I go under 52. 52 is one of the higher numbers for the week. I think that there's a good shot that these teams come out a little slow. We've been doing good in college football so far this year, and I've been taking a ton of unders so far in college. Knock on one. Yeah, it's only 1 week, but yeah, I like the under 52 here. I just think that it's not going to be as high scoring as people think. I think maybe they get it going in the second half a little bit. But did you see Tom Brady's comments about like players changing numbers and all that stuff?
Dude, I'm curious what you're going to say, but to be honest, I do think it's a big deal. Like I hate
Tom Brady, so obviously I think he's just complaining. I hate his guts.
Me too. But I do think it's actually going to affect him. Like I do think it's like hard to like. Yeah, I know. I think like this is like the most Like if teams could have figured out a way to disguise numbers instead of trying to disguise schemes, like
Yeah.
this could have been over so many years ago.
I feel like it's kind of like the kid in like elementary school who like reminds the teacher that they forgot to give out homework, complaining. It's like, shut up, dude.
Like
Shut up.
all the Jets had to do is wear those dark gray uniforms with the
Yeah.
dark green lettering. Like that's all we
All
had
I
to
know
do
is
so
that
we couldn't see the number.
if the Jets don't come out with all completely different numbers week one, I'm gonna be so mad.
We should change our numbers every single week.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. The
So
other thing
you like the under in the full game.
I like the under too, especially if you look at the betting percentages. 40% of the bets are on the under, but 60% of the money is on the under. To me, that leads me to believe that some of the sharp money, some of the bigger bettors out there, are taking the under. So, first game of the season, I think it starts a little slow. They're in Tampa Bay. They're not in Jerry World, so they're on the grass. Maybe there's a little bit of weather. It's the ring ceremony, all that good stuff. So, I'm
Yep.
going under 52 right now to start our pick'em.
All right, let's go.
What do you
So
like?
we're kind of on the same page there because I have a pick on the over under and it's under, but it's for the first half, man.
Okay.
I like the first half under 27. I think that's a lot of points for the first half. And I also like Tampa minus 4.5 in the
Yep.
first half. I think that the Cowboys have had a bad training camp. They've had hard knocks in there.
Yep.
They've had injuries on the offensive line, injuries with the quarterback, all this controversy around their team for whatever reason that always happens with them.
It's
I
drama,
think that
drama, drama.
I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like you said, it's not very common that Super Bowl teams bring back some of their team, let alone most of their team,
Yeah.
and add players. Their quarterback, obviously, as we know, is motivated. Give me the first half parlay spread and the under. But if you just ask me best bet of the game, I think first half under 27 is best bet of Tampa Bay versus Dallas. But
Okay.
if you had to pick, uh, you know what? We'll do the full picks at the end that we have to. We'll do that at the end. Let's just do what we like from each game while we go through them right now.
Okay.
So let's go to Greg. I could just hear Hanson's voice. I could just see his big smile right now. Can you feel it?
I
Can you
can't
see his
wait.
smile?
I can't wait to see an Octobox. It's been too
And
long.
it's kind of balanced, man. It's not as we wish, but it's kind of balanced. 8 games in the 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Four
Slow
games.
4 o'clock.
4 games in the 4 o'clock. And not too bad. Usually it's like one game in the like. Sometimes they do some crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's like
Uh,
3 games. It's like, come on.
yeah, like yeah.
Call me
oh,
crazy.
man.
I like a 5 game 4 o'clock window. Call me crazy.
Man, well,
Oh.
one could only dream. One could only dream. But let's get right into it, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games, and I think one of the hardest games to pick, to be honest with you. And to be quite frank, I'm staying away. I'll be quite
Yeah.
honest right now. I'm staying away. We got Pittsburgh at Buffalo. We got Pittsburgh plus 6.5 on the road in the new. I don't even. What's the name of the new stadium? I don't even know the new Buffalo Stadium.
I don't know.
Buffalo
It's not,
minus 6.5. They've
it's not
been
New
waiting to
Era
get into
Field.
that stadium, man. They've been New Era.
Is it New Era or is
Yeah,
that
it
the
could
old?
be. Yeah. No, Ralph Wilson was the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Era. And they've been waiting to get in there. We know the Bills fans are crazy. Pittsburgh. This is the new Pittsburgh we're led to believe. What do
Yep.
you got here, man?
I love the Buffalo Bills in this one for 2 reasons. One, a little fun fact for everyone is that the favorites, but when the Bills and the Steelers match up in the last 15 games, favorites are 10-4-1. So the favorites are winning at almost a 2-1 clip. And you said Buffalo is minus 6.5. I love that 6.5, so it's right under the football number of 7. And I personally I hate the Steelers on the road. I don't know why. I don't know if it's made up in my head, but I feel like the Steelers, when they play on the road, they just don't cover, and they don't play as well as they do when they're at home. So I don't know if the defense doesn't travel, the passing offense. I think they just get a little bit more conservative. I think they run the ball. I think Najee Harris is there. He's a 3-down back. I think they're going to run it, take it a little bit slower. So I think that the Buffalo Bills are just going to come out, throw, 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 throw. I think the last preseason game, it was like of their first 14 snaps, they threw it like 11 times or some crazy stat. I don't know if you have that stat, but it's
Mm-hmm.
insane. So they're gonna throw it all over the field. Like you said, they're excited to be home. I like the Buffalo Bills -6.5 in that one.
All right. I really have no pick in this game. I would not bet against Buffalo at home against the Steelers, especially because the Steelers' woes on the road. But I really do like the Steelers. Okay, like I just like them, so I'm just gonna throw that out. So, but I'll ride with you, on that Buffalo pick. In our combined pick'em league, but I really have no
feeling one way or another.
Yeah, not on this one, but I do have my best bet of the week, man. You want to know my best bet of the week? I'll tell you right now.
Praying to God, it's what I'm thinking. What do you got?
Eagles.
Thank God.
At Falcons.
Yep. Let's hear it.
As I said it, I have no confidence in the Falcons. If anybody tells you, Greg, that Kyle Pitts is the reason why the Falcons are going to win games,
he's a freak, though. He's a freak. He's an alien. That's what I've been told.
Listen, man. Listen. If Kyle Pitts has a top 5 all-time tight end season, he's going to have a Mark Andrews year.
Okay.
So what does that do? Mark Andrews? What does Mark Andrews like? What does that do, bro? I don't understand.
Doesn't help at all defense.
Dude, it's driving me nuts. He's gonna be blocking. Like does he block? That's my question. No. Like every time someone says something,
no,
to me, because we're friends with shout out to the Fila, Atlanta podcast.
Yep.
Like, oh, Kyle Pitts, and I was with them on draft day. They're going nuts. I get it too. I would also be going nuts, but now we're in reality. Like, can he block? Because this team stinks. I think Philly, especially getting 3 and the hook, I think they're going to be a stinky good team. Their best asset is their defensive line, and the Atlanta Falcons' worst asset is their offensive line. I think the game's one in the trenches, plus 3.5. Just bang that and the money line, and you're welcome.
Yeah, and what's great for you is that I'm on the Falcons -3.5, and I want it to be known here first. Hand up, I'm raising my hand. I am the worst Atlanta Falcons bettor in the history of Atlanta Falcons betting. And I want to be on record. I want to be known as the worst Atlanta Falcons bettor because since 2017, I don't think I've picked a game right. It's unbelievable when they go up. When I say up, they go down. When I say left, they go right. I've never seen anything like it. I can pick them. I can pick against them. I can pick the over. I can pick the under. I cannot get it right. Something
hilarious? That's exactly how I feel about the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, I think the Eagles are going to. I think the Eagles are going to stink. I think they have a legit shot at being the worst team in football this year.
Okay.
But one thing that I did want to ask you about, because you were talking about Kyle Pitts, and I agree that he's not going to fix everything. But isn't the coach that's coming over Arthur Smith, and wasn't he the offensive coordinator from the Titans, or am I making that up completely?
He's a rookie, bro.
Yeah, but do you think that he's able to bring over some of the things that he did with like Jonnu Smith and get Kyle Pitts open and do some of the things that he was doing with A.J. Brown and get? I think there's a chance that this offense can translate.
A.J. Brown, bro, what are we talking about? We got Calvin Ridley and a bunch of nobodies. What are we saying?
I mean, the Titans had A.J. Brown and a bunch of nobodies.
Corey Davis. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I know. Corey Davis.
Jonnu Smith.
Had one good year.
All right. You know what?
Like I said,
Jets at Carolina.
I can't wait. What do you got in that game?
Carolina's -5.5. I got the Jets plus 5.5.
I got the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna make this my best bet just to spite you. Carolina Panthers -5.5. I mean, I don't know how. You get rookie head coach. I love the Jets. Don't get me wrong.
Dude,
but
this is totally with my heart. I just don't care.
Second year, Sam Darnold. First year,
yes,
Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey. They are going to light it up all day long.
Yeah, so the one problem is who's going to guard Christian McCaffrey. But if CJ Mosley steps up, that'll be but he's coming back off injury.
Yep.
And what the hell do you trust off Sam Darnold exactly? What has he done? What has he done for me lately,
bro?
You
can throw the football. Sometimes to the other, Sometimes to the other team. Yeah, Jets can't catch though. Our defense, we're gonna be dropped.
Our cornerbacks are tough. But that should be interesting. Bryce Hall and Robbie Anderson.
That's gonna be a good matchup.
He's gonna double move the hell out of him. We're gonna see what happens there. This is a total homer pick. Give me Jets plus 5.5. Fun fact: Carolina Panthers do not have a kicker.
Yep.
Joey Sly got cut. He stinks. He got beat out by someone else who stinks. I've been reading. Shout out to The Athletic, Joe Person. He's putting out some really good articles. They also have Frankie Louvu out there. They got some of our offensive line. They really are the Bizarro Jets. We cannot lose this game. We can't lose to Sam Darnold. I'm personally betting 5.5 and throwing on the money line plus 220 because I cannot lose to Sam Darnold.
What do you think about
he's my ex, bro. He's my ex-girlfriend. I can't lose. I'm gonna dress up nice and look all pretty.
Yep.
And we're gonna win this game. Okay.
And pray to God he's still seeing ghosts. That's all I can hope for.
Yeah, like something about ghosts, right? Like
I don't know.
Mononucleosis.
I think Adam Gase has had so much to do with it that I think he's gonna be fine. I don't know necessarily if he's gonna have it figured out week 1, but
that's the thing. He will be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping not week 1, bro. Then you're to make playoff bet could hit after that. No problem.
What do you think about the line being 5.5? Like
it's shot up.
All these other lines are like 3 to 7. There's just one in the middle that's just 5.5 for some reason.
So interesting point. So to jump back real quick to Dallas Tampa. Yep. The reason why I don't love Tampa minus 7.5 is because that went up over the last couple of months in the offseason and nothing changed. So that kind of bothers me. The Jets line moved. It was 4.5, moved to 5.5 after Carl Lawson went down.
Okay.
So I guess that's what they're betting it on. And just like, I guess our cornerbacks kind of stinking it up and us kind of getting beaten in joint practices by both teams. I mean, we didn't look too good against the Eagles or the Packers. Yeah. So, I'm sure that had to do with the one. And we also have a rookie. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what do you expect
rookie head coach, rookie quarterback. Yeah. Rookies everywhere. That's why I'm going Panthers minus 5.5.
Yeah, I got you. I got the Jets there. Let's go to one of the I think more boring games of the 1 o'clock.
Don't you say it.
We got the Vikings at Cincinnati.
How's that gonna be one of the more boring games?
I think it's gonna be one of the most boring games.
Oh man.
We got
it's week 1 of football. It's no such thing as a boring football game.
No. Just of the 1 o'clocks. Like what's the red zone gonna put on the least?
Yeah.
I think this is one of them.
Eagles, Falcons, Vikings, Bengals for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think. So Bengals are catching the hook, the 3.5.
Give it to me all day long. Love Cincinnati.
You love Cincinnati. What do you like about Cincinnati?
Love Cincinnati.
What do you love about Cincinnati?
You know why I love them? Because everyone loves the Vikings, and I don't get why.
Is that so? Is the public with the Vikings?
I think so. I think everyone. I mean, from what I've heard from groups, 71% of the money's on the Vikings.
Oh.
75% of the bets are on the Vikings. Give me the Bengals all day long.
Wow, that actually changes everything.
Yeah, man. A lot of money's on them. I'm really not too sure why, because I do not think that the Vikings are world beaters. I think a lot of people are talking about, the defense is going to be improved. The defense is going to be improved. The defense has to be improved because the defense was one of the worst defenses of all football last year.
Here's the thing, man. The Cincinnati offensive line did not improve as much as I wanted it to.
They should have picked Penny Sewell. They didn't. I don't know why they didn't, but they should have.
They just should have did a lot of things. Yep. I mean, Sewell's not looking too great apparently.
Yeah.
In his training camp, so I don't even want to, get on it too much for them. Yeah, but of course he hasn't played a game yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, just off, on a balanced form, I really don't trust the Bengals, and I do think that the Vikings are going to do much better than people think. However, I am weary of COVID-19 for people that are unvaccinated and what that could do to them.
Okay.
But as J. Cole said, Greg, pride is the devil.
Yep.
Like we're not prideful here. Like if all the money's on the Vikings, this is easy. Give me Cincinnati, no problem. 3 in the hook.
The hook makes all the difference. 3.5. Oh my goodness, give it to me. This is a slugfest. This is like both offenses can't get it going. Both defenses are okay, but because the other offense is so bad, they're really not doing too much. I think this is like a 14-17 game or like a 20-17 game at the end of the day. I think it's gonna be really low scoring.
Yeah, maybe even take that under.
Yeah, one fact I got for you on this one, the reason why I love the Bengals, I don't know how you feel. We've been gambling a lot. I don't know how you feel about little factoids and all that stuff. Home teams. These guys have played each other 6 times since 1995.
Okay.
Home teams,
Trends that don't matter. I love
Six
them.
6-0 against the
Okay.
spread.
Okay. I love it. Let's go Cincinnati. I mean,
That's
if the money's on
95.
Minnesota, this is easy. It's
Yeah.
easy, guys. Fans of ours already on our first episode. Of course, we have huge fans now.
Yep.
Um,
Like, subscribe. Let us know what you're taking. And fade
the
the
public
public.
is going one way.
Yep.
Just go. Even if it's not reverse line, if it's reverse line movement, meaning if the public is going one way and the line is going the opposite way,
Then you hammer
obviously,
it.
obviously you hammer the other side. If it's going the right way, just stay away. Just stay away or take the dog. Just don't go with the money, man. It's a bad idea. It's a really, really bad idea. But moving on, I think the third least of the games going to be on Red Zone, but I am actually very interested in this game.
Okay.
Greg. San Francisco 49ers at the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions catching the touchdown on the hook, man, plus 7.5. What do you got in this one?
So if this was any other week, if this is week 2, week 3, anything like that, and I had a little bit of like watching the game to watching
Dan
film
Campbell,
tape.
Dan
Dan
Campbell.
Campbell just knowing, and not only that, but also San Francisco. Like they lost so many people last year, and they brought in a lot of new talent that I'm just not sure what this team looks like. I'm expecting them to be great. I'm expecting
I
them
mean,
to
they
be
don't. We took both their coordinators, bro. The Jets
yeah,
took both their coordinators.
exactly. So there's so many new pieces all over the place, whether it's like you said, the coaching staff or just on the field. Like, I'm really not sure what this team is going to look like. So. If it was any other week, honestly, like you said, there's a couple things. One at 7.5, so I would take the Lions. 75% of the money is on San Francisco, so I would take the Lions. It's a home team getting points, so I would take the Lions. And for all those reasons, I'm taking San Francisco by the 7.5.
Okay, I actually love the Lions here.
Yeah, you should.
I actually think that Jared Goff is going to be way better than people think.
Okay.
I think they have actually really good pieces on the Detroit Lions that nobody really likes to care about. I think that TJ Hawkinson is going to have a top tight end year, maybe top 5 year, as Jared Goff loves his tight ends. But dude, I mean, Dan Campbell's he's been counted out since day one, since literally the day he got hired because he said some stupid stuff in his presser, and we know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
But I don't really think he's going to be like that guy, which we won't mention.
Yeah.
But they got Sewell, like you said. They're trying to help him. I really like that the Jamal Williams pickup that they got.
Yep.
And you're gonna put him there with
Swift, Tyrell Williams, Hawkinson.
Jared Goff. Just likes to be conservative, man. He's not gonna
Yeah.
lose games by a lot of points. So for that reason, give me 7.5 at home. I don't really trust San Francisco like that.
Yeah, as a gambler with years under my belt, I know every Johnny come lately is going to take San Francisco, so that means you have to take Detroit. But for this game, I am taking San Francisco.
That's fair.
I just
That's
need to.
fair.
The reason why too is just rookie head coaches. If there's a rookie head coach, there's a lot of rookie head coaches actually this year that play each other, which sucks because I think there's like 6 or 7. So I would love to just bet against all of them, but if there's a rookie head coach out there, you have to bet against him week 1 if you're coming from the Greg gambling philosophy.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. But Greg, I think we kind of messed up here because we missed the big stinker of the 1:00. We buried it so far that we missed it. We missed the big stinker, bro. Jacksonville at Houston, the two teams that are projected to have the worst records in the NFL. The Houston's at home catching 2.5, which is annoying because it was 3 all year until for no reason changed to 2.5.
Yep.
What do you got here?
I mean, I agree with you. This game's gonna stink, so I'll go on the under 44.5. I
Okay.
had the under in the Jacksonville Cowboys game 3 preseason in a 3-team parlay, and it's
Mhm.
the only game that lost because Jacksonville did not score at all with their first team offense in the first 2 weeks of the preseason. So I was like, okay, well, this has to go under. And of course, they end up scoring 2 touchdowns against the third string Dallas defense, which has to be one of the worst third string defenses in all of football. So I don't think the Houston defense is going to be much better, but I think they're going to be first string guys, so I think they're going to be a little bit better. I don't think either team really gets a lot going on offense here, so under 44.5. It's one of the lower numbers of the week, but again, that makes me like it even more.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
like the
like the
under.
under. I like the under there too, but I also like Houston. Even though it's a 2.5, it's super annoying.
Yeah,
I don't really love that, but I mean, I would rather just take the money line if you're taking Houston there. I'm not taking it, but unless we have to in our league,
yep.
um, yeah, I would lean Houston. I don't really like it. I would say lean. I
And
lean
something that's
Houston.
actually changed as I looked at this today when I put my bets together, 36% of the bets are on the over in this game. 80% of the money is on the over.
Wow.
So that's like an incredible disparity, a difference of like 45% right now.
I
Earlier
want you to write this
today.
in stone. I want you to write this in stone. Urban Meyer stinks.
Oh
That's it.
no, I love
That's
the
all you need to
Jaguars
know.
this year.
Oh my, do you actually? Oh
Nah, I
yeah.
mean we have
Oh
the
yeah.
bet. We have the
Hold
bet. The
on.
Jets for Jags.
I forgot what we have Greg and I have a bet
We've
off
winning
camera
our
already.
first winning peaks weekly head-to-head bet season long.
What are it is the Jets? It's the Jets versus Jaguars regular season.
Yep.
Who's going to have a better record? If they have the same record, it's going to be whoever makes it farther in the playoffs,
Yep.
which obviously is
Yep.
not happening.
Of course.
But what's the wager? Oh, the wager here is
Our
in our
dynasty
dynasty
dudes.
league.
Yep.
Whoever loses is going to take care of the other guy's fees.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
Yep. So yeah, I
So
mean, I like the Jaguars in that capacity when I'm talking about betting against you. In real life, no, I don't think the Jaguars are going to be all that great this year because of Urban Meyer. But this is another one where if these guys were playing different teams, I'd be betting against both of them. But because
yes,
they're
I agree.
going against each other, I'm just taking the under. So
I agree. I agree. So let's go with our second best bet
okay.
of the 1 o'clocks or of really the whole week, but it happens
Yeah.
to be in the 1 o'clock. And that's we've been talking about it all day, man. It feels like our Arizona at Tennessee. I mean, talk about a huge division game already right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, so earlier today I was looking at it, I thought it was +3. So if it is +2, I like
Two in the hook right now. I think
two
it
in the hook.
moved.
See, like that's what's tough. Like when it gets down to two in the hook, I would look at the money line personally. I don't know if I would bet
Yeah,
2 points or
it's
like
too
even like
silly.
Washington is like a 1 point. It's like what's the point at that point?
Yeah.
So, I like Arizona in this one. I think they come out and they come out strong. We both talked about the Tennessee defense being a little bit more suspect than people are letting on. I mean, 11-6 last year, I think that's generous. I think
Mhm.
Arizona has a better shot at going 11-6 this year than Tennessee does. So yeah, I like Arizona on the road.
All right. All right. I mean, it's super easy. I mean, hammer Arizona.
Yeah.
If you can get it at +3, hammer it. If you can get it, just take. If not, just take the money line, and you're welcome. Next
Yep.
up, see, this is a weird one because I think if this was in the middle of the season, it'd be a little bit different. But we got Seattle at Indy. This line has moved dramatically throughout the offseason. So,
It's
who's
even
even the quarterback? Who's the quarterback for Indy? I don't
it's
even
even
know.
crazy right now. I'm looking at it at one of the websites I look at. You can get it anywhere from -1 to or you can get it anywhere from Seattle -1 to Seattle -3, depending on where you're shopping the line.
Yeah. So
So
this
it's
is this is a really weird game.
the even Las Vegas can't come up with like a good line for it because it's all over the place. Because like you're saying, there's so many injuries, there's so many people up in the air. Russell
COVID.
Wilson is Mr. Unlimited, but he also hates the Seattle Seahawks. So,
well,
uh,
he's good. Dwayne Brown looks like he's going to be signed and good to go. The
yeah,
questions are for really around the Colts. That's why they
I
went
have
from
questions around the
favorites to
Seahawks. Did you
underdogs.
see that they cut like? I know you follow the NFL a lot closer than I do, but like I saw something the other day where it's like they cut all but four of their wide receivers. They only have four wide receivers left
Oh no, I didn't.
after their cuts, and they have like 5 or 6 running backs. Like they have more running backs than wide receivers. I've never heard of that.
I mean, I know the Seahawks like to collect running backs, like Joe Douglas collects 6th-round picks.
Yeah. So it just worries me a little bit that the Seahawks, I think for the long haul, I don't know if they really have the depth. But for week one, I kind of like Indy. I think again, home team getting points.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's 2 or 2.5 on the spread thing that I'm looking at. So in real life, I'd probably just take a money line. But I think that Indy's defense is better than people expect. I think Seattle uh, can come out and they can throw the ball a lot, but I think that week one inside, I just think that Indy's defense is going to be a little bit too much. So I think
Yeah.
they're gonna play defense and run the football. I think Seattle likes to run the football. So I actually, now that I'm
You're
talking
you're
about it, I kind of like the under.
you're talking shit about the magician.
Mr. Unlimited.
It's not happening. Give me Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah, that give me Seattle. So that wraps up the 1 o'clocks.
Whoa, we got one more. Oh, we got
What,
one more.
what am I missing on the one
LA
o'clocks?
Chargers versus the Washington football team, baby. That's a
Oh,
big
the
one for me.
football
That's a big one. I'll be watching
team.
very closely.
The football team. I love the football team this year. I love them in the division, like we were talking about.
Plus
I love
200 to win the division. You have to
love
take it.
them. I love them. I think they have an insane defensive line. You got Fitzmagic killing it over there.
Yep.
I I think Cam Newton, hot take, gets vaccinated and ends up in Washington
That's
with
crazy.
Ron Rivera.
As a backup, or you think he's gonna start?
I think he's gonna get. I think he's like my hot take, literally just like making this up in my brain. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna get vaccinated and like show up and run it back with Ron Rivera.
That's nuts. I think he's done.
Yeah.
I think he's terrible. Not
Okay.
just because he was a Patriot.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But I got Washington here. I don't
Yeah.
really think Justin Herbert is gonna be second year Justin Herbert like everyone says. Hunter Henry's gone. Just like
I think he's gonna
weird
be.
stuff. You think he's gonna? You think Justin Herbert's coming? You have him. You have him for MVP too.
Yeah, I think that's gonna take a little time. But if you look at the Chargers again, they brought in the defensive coordinator from the Rams, and then if you look at the Rams, I know it's not perfect, but the Rams have like Jalen Ramsey, the Chargers have Derwin James, the Rams have Aaron Darnold, they have Joey Bosa. If you look off the offensive side, they brought in Joe Lombardi. Joe Lombardi was the offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints have Alvin Kamara. The Los
Yeah.
Angeles Chargers have Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
The Saints have Michael Thomas, possession receiver. Chargers have Austin Eckler, or
Okay.
whatever his name is,
Keenan
Keenan
Allen.
Allen. So
Yep.
I think that they get it done going into the season. But however, week one, I think Washington's defense is too much. So I
Okay.
like the home team here. For the spread, if you have to pick it, it's looking like Washington's like +1, but I like a money
Yeah. Take
line.
that money line. Yeah.
Yep.
Take that money line. Okay. So that wraps it up for the 1 o'clocks.
Yep.
Okay.
4 o'clock.
So now we're jumping into the 425s. So you got a little bit of the break. You know what I'm saying? No 405 nonsense.
Yeah, the witching hour's over.
Yeah. You're chilling.
Yeah,
you got your first dose.
Got a couple
your,
snacks.
You got your first dose, and then the best bet. The best bet is staring at you right in the face. And
Yeah.
my number 3 best bet. And if you parlay this with the Eagles, you parlay this with Arizona, you don't even need the money lines. You could just take the spreads, but if you want to even juice those up, you just take both those money lines, wrap that up with New England -2.5,
Easy.
and have yourself a Sunday.
Easy is better the day.
Tua coming to New England. Bill Belichick's been on the phone with Nick Saban for months about this week 1 game.
Yeah.
He knows everything about Tua. He's played him before in the NFL. He's calling. He's gonna absolutely kill this Dolphins team. They have no chance week 1. Will Fuller, give me a break. Is he still suspended week 1?
Yeah. He's suspended.
Yeah. Devontae Parker, same old story. Gazeki. This team has no chance. I like literally no chance against the Patriots week 1. I don't care who is the quarterback. It can be Cam Newton. It could be Brian Hoyer.
Yeah,
it could be Mac Jones.
I wonder what the over/under is in this because I kind of like the under in this one too.
The under could be good. I really like New England
43,
defense this year.
44, 45, depending on where you're getting it. So, but yeah, I think Patriots -2.5. I think it's
That's
all
the bet.
stone cold stunner lock of the year right there to come out start the season. New England 8-1 against the spread when
Is this your
hosting
best bet?
Miami. This is one of my best bets. Yep, I'm gonna give my 3 best bets out at the
Okay.
end, but yeah, this is definitely one of them. I think the New England defense, like I said, is too much for the Miami offense. I think a lot of people talked about the Miami offense, and the Miami offense was vastly improved last year. I think it takes a step back a little bit. I think this New England offense is better than people expect. I think their offensive line is top in the league. Damian Harris is going to run the crap out of the ball. Mac Jones is going to be, serviceable to start, but I think they're going to take it easy with him and run the ball, run a
Yo,
couple good
so
plays to
much
their tight
running, bro.
ends.
And
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers, look out for him. I think
Yep.
Jacoby Myers is gonna get a lot of balls this year
I think he's gonna have a great year, and Nelson Aguilar
on the
too.
tight
So
ends.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hunter Henry is getting picked last in fantasy leagues.
That's
Honestly,
crazy.
that's the most. Last year he was getting picked like fourth round. I don't
Yeah.
understand. But from he's literally on the Patriots where they play two. I don't understand. People are
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, him and Smith. So yeah, and they paid big money to bring them all in. So I think they're gonna use them. So yeah, New England -2.5. I think that's both of our one of our best bets of the day. So definitely like that one.
All right, and then we got a weird one. We got Green Bay versus New Orleans. We know New Orleans, excuse me, is displaced.
Yep.
The line, honestly, the line I took earlier is void on one of my apps because
Okay.
of, and of course everything's legal. Um,
Yep.
so I'm not really sure what's going on here. What number you can get? Last time I checked, I saw what was a -4.5. Green Bay keeps moving, keeps moving,
I
keeps
see anywhere
moving.
from 2.5 to 4.5.
Man, I don't know. I just feel like you should take the under.
Oh.
But you that
Oh.
I know Aaron Rodgers and the over is always nice. I kind of would just take Green Bay first half spread and just call it a day here.
Yep. I like that. What is the spread for the first half?
It's moving. I saw it at -2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you can get the first half spread under 3, like I could just see. Like you said,
I saw it's I see it under 3.
yeah, you can just close your eyes. NFL Sunday, it just cuts to Green Bay kicking a field goal as time expires to end the half. I definitely like that. I think that the both the Green Bay and the Saints though when they play they go over. So I like the
Okay.
over in this one. I think
I
it's
think the New Orleans
over.
stinks. I think New Orleans absolutely stinks.
It's over 50.5. I think so too. I think their defense has regressed a little bit, but I just think that Jameis Winston's going to come out and start throwing it all over the place. Could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I really do think that Aaron Rodgers on a fuck you tour. I mean, I have him every which way. Just like I like the Patriots in the
I
AFC, I like
love
the
Aaron
Packers in
Rodgers
the
too.
NFC. I like the
Yeah.
Packers to win the Super Bowl plus 1200. Rodgers to win the MVP again plus 1,000. I think if he does all that, this is his last year. So, um, yeah,
Okay. You don't
I
think
like
it's going to another team? You think it's Green Bay or
I
nothing?
think if he wins another Super Bowl, I think he's done. He's moving on to something else. He'll
Cool.
have had the longest career of any Green Bay Packer. I mean, I love the Jets. The Jets are my number one team, but growing up, I love the Green Bay Packers too. I love both of them.
Of
So,
course. Of course.
um, I hope he has a good season. I think he's gonna have a good year. And yeah, I don't think he goes to like Denver or Washington or any of these other teams they're talking about. I think he just calls it quits and moves on to something else. He's still young enough to do something. I mean, he looked pretty good golfing against Phil Mickelson, so who knows?
Yeah, some Jeopardy stuff. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have Aaron Rodgers every which way as well. I like him. So yeah, I mean, sit back, relax. You have 4 o'clock games. Even if you did bad in the 1 o'clock, obviously that means you didn't listen to us in the beginning. But if not,
Yep.
if you're feeling confident about your 1 o'clocks, you did your own thing, no problem. Just hang with us in the 4 o'clocks, man. Just sit back, take Green Bay first half, throw that in the parlay with New England.
Yep.
If you want to throw the Green Bay over, with Greg's little spiciness on that, you can do that. But what's most important is you also throw in that KC money line. All right.
Oh. Okay.
Because KC is -6.5, which I think isn't a lot. I
Yep.
think that they should win by touchdown, and I think they're keeping that for people to bet Kansas City, which scares me.
Yes. That's why I love Cleveland.
I know. So, Greg, do you have the public on this game?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. So I mean, like you said, so the reason why Vegas is keeping it under 7 is so the public bets on the Chiefs. So right now, 66% of the bets are coming in on the Chiefs. 61% of the money is coming in on the Chiefs.
Okay, so it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's not absurd.
It feels like they want me to take Cleveland. I mean, it definitely makes me feel like they want me to take Kansas City, which makes me lean Cleveland, which makes
Yes.
me definitely not want to touch this game. But if I am taking a 4 o'clock parlay, it's going to be Kansas City money line, New England spread, Green Bay first half.
Yep. Yeah, I like that too. 'Cause like you said, if you're parlaying it, chances are they're gonna win the game outright. They might not cover the spread, but they're gonna win the game outright. So if you just toss them in a parlay, it just helps your odds a little bit more. Cleveland, though, another little one for you is 4-0 against the spread against Kansas City the last 4 times they've played.
I like that.
You
I
know,
really like
I think
that.
the defense is a little bit better than people think. I think their running
Okay.
attack's going to keep the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hands. So,
They have a really good running attack.
yep, give me Cleveland that one plus 6.5.
All right. The last game of the 4 o'clock's absolute stinker.
Yeah,
Denver,
it is.
Denver at the Giants.
Being in the
Giants
New York
plus
market, it's
2.5.
going to be on the TV, but boy, am I going to regret watching it.
It's gonna stink. Oh, Red Zone's definitely gonna be on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I mean, for this one, I just have Denver minus 2.5. The reason for that is just because it's under the 3. I think that
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little bit
I
better
cannot
than
bet
people
the
think.
spread in this game.
Yeah.
I can't. I physically can't. If I'm betting anything, it's gonna be the under.
I like
I'm
that
not.
too.
I can't. I cannot touch this game. This game's awful.
I don't think really Saquon plays that much. I think
Yep.
Denver, I think Cortland Sutton doesn't play a ton, so I think there's going to be some big pieces on both sides that are going to be out, so I definitely actually like the under now you're saying it. 42 is a little low, but the reason why it's low is because it's probably going to hit.
Boom.
So,
Boom.
well,
All right, guys, you made it. You made it to the primetime hours.
oh, let's go. Sunday night.
Sunday night. We waited all day for a Sunday.
Yep. God, I wish we could get the music because that is the best Sunday night football song. I'll say that till the day I
Good old
die.
Kelly C.
Yeah, Clarkson. You know it.
So we got Chicago at the Rams. Chicago's plus 7.5. Who's their quarterback? Is it Fields? Is it Dalton?
Who knows? Only Matt Nagy knows, and he won't tell us.
At the Rams, they got the hook. What do you got here?
I mean, I think this is one of my best bets. I think it's one of the easier bets all day. I have the under 46. I think you're looking at 2 of the
Ooh.
top 10 defenses.
What about the gunslinging Stafford, man?
Yeah, Matt Stafford. I mean, he'll get it going. Don't get me wrong, but again, it's going to take a little time. And again, the problem with the Rams this year, which I don't think people are talking about enough, is that they are just one-dimensional. You know he's going to throw the ball, and you know he's not going to throw it far because Robert Woods isn't stretching the field, Cooper Kupp's not stretching the field, Tyler Higbee's not stretching the field. So you load up that lower level and that mid level of your passing defense, and you leave 1 or 2 guys up over the top just in case. But I think the Bears have, again, I think they have a good defense. The Rams have a good defense. 46 is a little bit higher than I expected. Like some of these games are 42, 44 on the low end, so it makes me like it even more.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Give me that under because I really hate this game too, and it stinks because it's a primetime game. But you stink at betting the Falcons. I admittedly stink at betting the Eagles. I stink at primetime games, Greg.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness,
Primetime
I'm so
game,
bad.
Take the points.
Oh my goodness, I'm so bad. The only thing I could actually bet in primetime, which I learned last year, I'll admit, actually fresh that I learned it.
Yeah.
And
the over.
I guess thankful to oh no, shout out to PFT. No, not the over field goal. That is a cool prop.
Yeah.
But no, actually touchdowns and the win. So we'll as the winning picks weekly podcast advances.
Yep.
And as we grow, we'll be able to put these picks out closer to the game date, and so the props will be up. As of now, they are not. So for the touchdowns and the game winning, those are my favorites. So look out for those. But in general, I'll take the under, and I'm not touching.
So you're saying for those prop bets, just so I understand it, it's like Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown and the Rams win the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I cannot.
You get rid of the spread.
I get rid of the spread, and I don't even know who's going to win the game. The prime time, I'm just so bad. So what I'll do is I'll pick like Cooper Kupp and a touch. I'll try to figure out one player that I think needs to score touchdown for the team to win. So I'll say I need Cooper Kupp to score touchdown for the Rams to win. So I'll take that. And then, for example, for the Bears, Allen Robinson or whatever. So maybe Cole Kmet, or maybe I'll find something interesting in there and throw that in with that. So that's just how I do it. Sometimes with the big dogs like the Rams, maybe like Robert Woods, something like that. Somebody a little under the radar and a touchdown that kind of makes up for it. But that brings us to our last game, man. The Monday night, Baltimore at Vegas, the first game with fans in Vegas.
I feel like we've been getting along so well this whole episode, and now we're gonna end it on a disagreement. I can't believe it.
Man, Baltimore at Las Vegas, a team that I think absolutely is putrid. But the Ravens have had some really bad injury problems, man.
Yep.
From the beginning of offseason, they lost pieces, and then they have injury issues.
Yes, and
Bateman's out. Their rookie Marquise Brown is out. Their best receiver Watkins is their number one receiver who can never stay healthy. They can't. I mean, Gus Edwards, a running back from Townville High School, my local Staten Island high school. He's their starting running back right now. They got Le'Veon Bell in the practice squad. They might sign Devontae Freeman. Who knows? But it's looking tough out there right now, man. I can see why. I can see why people are hesitant on this game.
yeah, I was gonna say too. The problem with their injuries is that they're all on one side of the football.
Yeah.
So it's all on the offense. It's all at specific position groups. So
But
that's
somebody like
tough.
Lamar Jackson can be a deodorant for that, man.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I'm going with this, I just think that
What do you
I
got?
I like the over. Last 5 games, Baltimore and the Raiders have gone over. I think that people think this is going to be a low-scoring game with both offenses not being great, but I think it's Sunday night or it's Monday night. I think both defenses aren't as
Nah,
good as people think.
nah.
And I think the Ravens score a ton on the Raiders. So over 51, give it to me.
I think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to absolutely be so. I think they're going to score 10 points.
No, I damn
Uh,
well it's gonna
the
get two
score is going to.
touchdowns.
Oh no, or they're not playing the Jets, man.
Yeah.
They're playing the Baltimore Ravens. They're a pretty good team. They're always buttoned up in preseason.
Yep.
They're awake. They're ready to go. Las Vegas Raiders are not. They're going to be in a whole different world with their first game, prime time in their stadium. Everyone's going to be going nuts. I don't know if Baltimore's going to travel. So it might be one of their games where it might be actually a lot of Vegas Raiders fans. So that'd be cool for them. I don't love that they're home getting 4 and the hook.
Yep.
So I don't want to take Baltimore, but I'm going to take the under, man. Give me the under in that.
Love it. Love it.
All right. All right. So to recap, Greg, my best bets: Eagles plus 3.5 and the money line. Zona plus 2, the spread, whatever you can find it at, and the money line. I would say plus 2.5 even is fine, even if you can't get it to 3.
Yep.
And I would take New England minus 2.5. Those are my top 3 best bets of the
Love
week.
it. My 3 best bets of the week. I have 2 of them. I have 2 sets of them. So my best bets of the week: Buffalo minus 6.5, hosting Pittsburgh. New England minus 2.5 at home, hosting Miami. The Rams under 46, hosting the Bears. Again, if you want to parlay those, that's plus 600 on those 3 because it's
Yep.
all minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other, not my best bets, but the other parlay that I'm putting in is going to be a parlay against rookie coaches or first year coaches.
I
So
love
we're going to
that.
take the Panthers minus 5.5 against the
I don't love
Jets.
that though.
Washington football team money line against the Chargers. San Francisco minus 7.5 against whoever they're playing, the Lions. And
Yep.
again, 3-team teaser should be plus 600. So
Not teaser.
3-team parlay, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
3-team parlay, yeah, plus 600. So, yeah, wouldn't tease it. If you tease it, you're just teasing yourself. So, take the parlay, take the picks. Yeah, man. I think going forward, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. We're just going to be really looking at the individual weeks, but I'm happy that we got to talk about our season-long bets, our divisions, all that good stuff. So,
Yeah. And my wild 9-leg week 1 parlay
yeah, let's hear
is
it.
it's also with the money lines: Tampa money line, Washington money line, Detroit money line, Vikings money line, Chiefs money line. Throw in the Cardinals, Jets, and Steelers spreads. I mean, you're looking at almost plus 9,000, plus 10,000, depending on where you get it there. So let's see what happens there. But Greg, just for the people and for whoever lasted this long, we're gonna go through each game real quick and give the spread, and then at the end we'll give our survivor lock of the week. All right.
Okay. All right.
So also my first half Tampa bets, I'm pretty confident about those.
Okay.
So I really do like those. But anyway, ready? Dallas at Tampa. Spread minus 7.5.
Tampa Bay minus 7.5.
Philly. Okay, I agree. Philly at Atlanta minus 3.5.
Atlanta minus 3.5.
I got Philly.
Okay.
Pittsburgh at Buffalo, -6.5.
Buffalo -6.5.
All right, I'm gonna agree. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Cincinnati +3.5.
Cincinnati +3.5.
Let's go. San Francisco at Detroit +7.5.
San Francisco -7.5.
All right, I'm riding the Goff Hawkinson train there.
Love it.
Arizona at Tennessee -2.5.
Arizona, no matter what the spread is.
Let's go. Seattle at Indy +2.5.
Indy +2.5. Give me the home team getting points.
Let's go. I'm riding with the magician. Give me that Lockett Wilson 75-yard touchdown out of nowhere.
Yep.
Chargers at Washington, pretty much even. Pick 'em game.
Washington.
I got the same. Give me that Washington D line. Should be fun. Little Fitz magic. We got the Jets at Carolina. I think we both know where we're going here.
Carolina -5.5.
And I got the Jets. Let's get this ball rolling there. And then we got Jacksonville at Houston. Stinker of the week. What do you got?
Jacksonville -2.5.
All right, I'm taking Houston, and of course we both like.
I got a chance
there.
to go up 1-0 on you in our first week here in our little bet. So.
I know it's gonna be a fun time.
Yep.
I feel like we're gonna be even there, but we'll see.
Yep.
For the 4 o'clocks, we got Cleveland at Kansas City -6.5.
Cleveland +6.5.
I think we're both rolling the same way there. Miami at New England -2.5.
New England -2.5. Lock of the week.
I think we're together here there too. I think we're together here. Green Bay at New Orleans +4.5.
Green Bay -4.5.
Yep. Denver -2.5 at Giants.
Denver -2.5.
I'm gonna take the Giants at home.
Oh,
2.5.
okay.
Yeah, give me a little New York action there. Plus 2.5 at home. Then we got Chicago Primetime at the Rams -7.5.
Rams -7.5.
Yeah, I can't take the Bears
Nah,
quarterback.
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's gonna get killed.
Primetime Dalton, tough.
Didn't he lose to Danucci last year? Didn't he lose the job to him, or no? Am I making that up?
Yeah, I think so.
He's
He
not
lost the
in-
job to everyone.
Yeah.
In Dallas, which was tough.
Yep.
Can't believe he wasn't. Whatever. Anyway, I
Yep.
digress. Baltimore at Vegas +4.5.
Baltimore -4.5.
All right, I'll take that too. Even though I don't love it, but I'll take it. All right, man. That wraps up our inaugural episode of Winning Picks Weekly. We will hold each other accountable. We will hold the fans accountable for not taking our bets, and we will definitely be keeping track of our best bets, our future bets, our bets against each other, and we look forward to week 2, man. We hope you guys like it. Let us know what you think. Hopefully, we all win together. And
interact with John at J Meleka on Twitter. You guys are interact with us at the Knicks Jets etc. on Twitter and YouTube. Now you know that we are gamblers, so let us know what you are taking. Let us know what you like. If you're in an office pool, you talked about it. Let's give out our Survivor pick of the week. Survivors are going on. So who do you guys? So again, if you're new to it, Survivor,
subscribe.
Yep.
Subscribe, like, let us know. We're gonna get Greg on the Twitter.
Yep.
We'll be able to interact there. And to leave you off, don't forget there is MVP edition of Madden for both Xbox systems and both PlayStation systems. Make sure to tune into the Jets and Knicks episodes and Knicks Jets etc. And we'll leave you off on the Survivor pick of the week, and we'll keep track for us, and we won't be repeating. And Greg, do you want to explain real quick what a Survivor League is?
Yeah, so if you're kind of new to this, a Survivor pool is essentially you get in a group with a bunch of people, and you pick one team each week, regardless of the spread, that's going to win the game outright. Once you pick that team, if they win the game, you move on to the next week, but you can no longer pick that team for the rest of the year. So you have to be a little strategic. For me personally, a little insight into my strategy. I kind of like to look at 2 kind of crappy teams that I can kind of choose one this week and try to sneak a win out. And this way I just don't have to pick them the rest of the year. Especially for some of the bigger money ones. A lot of people play it safe early on. So I don't. And because of that, I'm going Jacksonville week 1.
Oh, wow.
Give me Jacksonville
wow.
against Houston, week 1 of the Survivor. That gives me all my picks are still on the board for the rest of the year, and I get Jacksonville out of the way. Everyone else is going to be taking these rock star teams. Everyone else is going to take San Francisco against Detroit or some other good team against some other bad team. I am going Jacksonville.
Wow.
On the road.
Okay.
Ready to shock the world.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. You were not expecting that.
No, I was not expecting that. It makes me want to take Philly.
Yeah, that's another great one that you could. If you take Philly, no one's taking Philly, no one's taking Atlanta the first week. So.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Philly then. I'll ride with you on this wave. I'll take
We're
Philly.
gonna be so dumb. Everyone's gonna pick the Rams, and we're both gonna.
Oh,
lose
it's over. We're about to be. Our
Yeah.
survivor's about to be done after week 1.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Philly, and disclaimer, I have 2 survivor leagues. I'm gonna take Arizona maybe in one of them. I'll have to decide still.
Okay.
But definitely Philly. I'll definitely take Philly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Let's go Jets.